Hey, welcome back. Models here, and this is for all the fans of Pokemon. I'm a big fan of Pokemon. I play Minecraft and Pokemon all the time, and there's some news about Pokemon Go. This new app for the phones, where you can go around in real life, capturing Pokemon, trading and battling other players in real life. So you actually have to get out of your home and stuff like that. So it's a pretty good news, pretty interesting stuff that has coming on. And recently, a few days ago, actually, it came out this news about the field test or the beta version, and a lot of guys in the world have been putting a lot of interest in this. The thing is, this field test is just for Japan, so a lot of guys have managed to maybe use a proxy and whatever, and try to get into this website, which is the Japanese Pokemon website. You come over here and there's news about the Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon, and there is also news for the other games and the events that are happening. Like this over here, you get a shiny Ho-Oh if you go to the new Pokemon Center that opened in Kyoto, which is pretty much the home region. Um, and Yeah, so they have a different news than the American version of the Pokemon site, right? So somewhere here, where you come over here and you click on where it says game, not this one. You can see this Pokemon Go, and if you press this button over here, you can go to this link over here to basically just the YouTube link in there for the preview. But now there is this other link over here, which is for this company, Niantic. Niantic developed another game, and I guess a lot of the guys that are watching this video already know. They developed this game called Ingress, and it's also about going around the world and stuff like that. So Niantic and Nintendo um, got together, and they're trying to make this Pokemon Go happen. So over here, there's a little introduction about what is Pokemon Go and what they're trying to achieve over here, right? So first of all, they just say, thank you for your interest in Pokemon Go, and this is a game that is a mobile type, and there is the players who will have to go outside and do Pokemon trading and stuff like that. But basically, all of this is just the introduction that everybody knows. And this is about the two companies merging together and working and stuff like that. But all of this is basically just this the preview that everybody knows. But over here, there's a button. So when you click this, it will take you to the actual field test, and this is the website that everybody wants to know what's up. So again, there is the same preview of the little video, and over here it says Pokemon Go Koshiki field test Sanka. Basically, these first words over here means public, and this Sanka means join, and this is register. So basically, a register join, public register join kind of thing. And then it says, okay, so right here it says, everybody please lend us your energy or your power or your force, right? It's just like, it's a Japanese way to say, give us your support, basically. And it says, first of all, it says right here, right in this paragraph over here, thank you for your interest in Pokemon Go, and well, basically we'll just start saying that the release is set for 2016. It doesn't say when, and obviously this is a collaboration between Pokemon and this Ingram company, and it's created by using a real world play, and there's interaction with other player in a real world locations, and because of this, we want to know, to see how it goes first. So they're asking people if you would like to try a field test in your area, and obviously the application or the game is not completed yet. That they say that many times, and there is all the functions do have limits, That's what it says here. So there is a lot of limitations on the app. It's not done, and there's a big possibility that it won't work completely in all the devices, or in all the areas sometimes. Yeah, after understanding all of these, we want players that understand all of these and still want to help us. If you agree with all this, please press the button of the registration above, which is this button over here, which also says Sankatoroku, which is the same as up here, so kind of join register kind of thing. And before doing that, this is very simple there. I'm gonna go ahead and just continue with about this. It says about the field test. That's what they call the just beta thing. So first of all, the first paragraph over here, it says before releasing the official version, only a selected group. It would be only for a selected group for a selected time. So there is going to be a time limit, and only a few players will be able to do it. And the purpose is to improve the functions and the game balance. So basically, just a couple of people will in a specified area for a specified time will be able to help with the development of this application. Now over here is a kind of important thing. It says 2016, the third month. So what is this, March? And this right here, this is important because this actually says this kanjis right here. It says it's by the end. So the field test will be coming out by the end of March, or that is what is there. It's programmed to set up to do this yote. So it's like it's not confirmed, but it's this the plan what they have it, right? And it says right here down here that the dates or the time can change without any notice. So the next part of it would be the limitations, or the what is the regulations. So first of all, it's for people who lives inside Japan. These two symbols over here, Japan, this is the country, and this is inside. So inside the country of Japan, and this is for living. So living inside Japan, people who uses an Android or iOS device, and the Android, and another point here, has to be version 4.3 and above. iOS has to be an iPhone 5 or above, and this kind of warning kind of things over here. It says it cannot promise that all the device will work properly. And the second one, it says because of technical reasons, over here, because of technical reasons, users of selected users for iOS, selected iOS users would be very low. So if you happen to be living in Japan and you have an iOS and you want to try the field test, you have a very low chance to get to participate in the field tests. Unfortunately, I do have the only phone that I have is an iOS, so yeah, that's a bad point. So not everyone that just signs in here gets it. You need to be living in Japan, and you need to have at least one of these phones. They do not promise that they will work, and they do not promise that, well, they're actually already specifying that iOS users or iPhone users will not be able to, a lot of them will not be able to be accepted for the field test. So they're looking more for Android, and they're giving the reason that it's just because of technical stuff. So I guess the developers of these companies are more used to develop for Android than for iOS, and I guess there's a lot of other little technical difficulties about doing the maybe maps or GPS, or maybe they're just getting a hard time trying to translate everything they want to do between the two things. And right now they're just developing the functions and the balance of the game, so they don't want to try to do like a test version for Android and then copy the same thing for iPhone and then put the limits on the both of the versions, and it's double the effort to make this. So they probably are going to stay more for more tending to the Android version of this. Um, the next part over here, it's pretty much like warnings. They want you to take care. It says, be careful of this, caution or warning, right? And they have quite a few points here, and these are kind of interesting. Well, the first one is uh, well, you have to agree to the privacy policies, and if you click this, it will take you to these kind of things, and it's kind of the same thing, right? About username and about the area that you live in, and your privacy stuff, and basically basic stuff about privacy stuff. But let's continue with the game stuff. So it says right here, the field tests do not have a date to be done. It doesn't have a date to finish. So it will just terminate. It may just terminate without any previous notice. That's what it says right here. So um, it says that yeah, there is not a selected date to be done with. So it will just finish like that. And the next part of this, it says the test right here. So depends on what who's available to get into this field test right here. They're saying they're still not sure. It says kind of not clear really in Japanese. Even in Japanese, if I read it, it doesn't say really clear. It says it depends a lot about what device have you used or are you using. They don't know if there's going to be invitations or maybe they're going to do kind of random, kind of lottery kind of thing. Maybe if you have some real world gaming experience like the Ingress game or other games, maybe they're going to take that in account. So basically they're just saying not all people will necessarily be able to participate, and depending on the number of applications received, they will be sending or not sending an invitation with further instructions to join the field tests. So basically they're saying they don't know how they're going to select people yet. It may be just random, or maybe just or maybe based out of devices that you're using, or maybe of your experience. But it all depends on how the submissions go for them. The next one, it says obviously you need a Gmail account. That is a necessity to play this game, and the same happens with the other game, the Ingress from Niantic Labs that they made. You do have to have a Gmail or a Google account for playing with them. And then it says over here, the invitations will not be reissued for any registration issues. If you type your email wrong, or it was sent to junk mail, or anything like that happens, if it's a user problem, if it's your when you sign up for the field test, if you made any mistake and if it goes to the junk mail or whatever, they don't take any responsibility for that. So basically, you're just saying, just be careful. At the end over here, be careful when you fill up the registration application. So basically they're just saying, no, be careful with what you write and make sure that it's right, so because they don't have a system there to take care of user errors and stuff like that. Next thing over here, right here, it says the data basically from the account that you create on the field test, you cannot grab that data and send it to the final release. And then also the data may be deleted or reset a couple of times when they're implementing the game. So whatever you do, if you happen to get to the field test, you are going to create an account, you're going to start maybe getting Pokemon or leveling up or whatever the functions they're planning to do. But this data will definitely be reset, right here, reset by the end of the field test, which may end up abruptly anytime. So they're just trying to say, warning, or be careful, take caution with that. Don't think that because you started early you're gonna get all the levels up or whatever. The data may be reset in the middle of the field test, just because they're trying to implement something. Maybe they're gonna change Pokemon from an area to another area, or I don't know what they, depending on the functions that they want to implement or stop. So you are basically just a tester, and you're just at the hands of whatever they want to share with you or give you access to. Um, Next thing, it would be okay. So there's no rewards for helping with this. So there's no money, or there's no points, or there's no coins or items, or there's nothing that they're gonna give special to the people who helped on the field test. So they want people that is willing to help, uh, that thinks that improving this application is enough of a reward uh, for them. That's the type of people they're looking for, or they will be happy to have as a field testers. Just field testers that are, just by heart trying to make this application better for the rest of the people. And then it comes out with a pretty interesting point down here, which is uh, this the field testers, the ones that are actually selected. Um, you cannot buy or sell. It's about the rights of buying or selling your field test rights, right? So um, if you get to be a field tester, you cannot transfer or acquire or use or even lend or borrowing, etc. It says it goes all the way to saying etc. So basically it's just for the user that gets invited, and there is no transferring or lending your account to somebody else, or selling it, or even using somebody else's account. This service would be basically refused. If you got money or you didn't got money out of it, they don't care for that. They say it doesn't matter. It's not transferable. I don't know how they're going to protect about that, but whatever they do, it's already specified over here that it's not what they're looking for. It's just being like, be careful of that. Maybe your account may be terminated if found out or whatever. So and the next point over here, it says basically, um, in order to deliver the joy and surprise to more people when the final release comes out, um, basically they say that uh, the contents of the application, or over here, the contents of the application, um, the application under development, over here is development, and this means like under, inside, in between development. So the contents of the application in between development, the ones that the field testers will be using, are basically considered confidential, and this information would be just basically confidential to the users of the field test. So they don't want field testers to show or share what the application looks like, or what is inside of it, or they don't want anybody to be sharing any information or data about how the application is, because they basically want to have everyone as a surprise, and have fun and whatever, as a new thing. They don't want to see what functions they're trying to implement, or they're stopping, or whatever. So yeah, this is an interesting point. So I don't know if you users with an account, because a lot of users will have a Gmail account with this, and if the users have that Gmail account and try to do some maybe YouTube videos like I'm doing right now, maybe that account will be terminated, or I don't know. But they're against obviously people sharing the contents of the application in development, because obviously it's not done, and they're not responding for that. And then the last point, and kind of important one, is upon the participants on the field test, basically Niantic, which is this company that creates this app, takes no responsibility on any accident or damages or trouble that you may encounter during your gameplay. So they say here, please exercise caution, basically, while doing this, while playing this game. So basically, they're just saying, like, be really careful what you do it, and they're not taking any responsibility. It's not, you cannot say, it's because of this game or whatever. If you get into trouble, and I'm saying this because we're in Japan, and there is a lot of people here that is they're not gonna pull up with somebody just playing a game and walking and without seeing the street or whatever. If you hit somebody, or you're in a restaurant, you're making noise, or there's a lot of people gathering, there's police coming to move you around, and you guys can't be here. If you get into any kind of trouble by using this application, this company says it's not responsible. So yeah, this is pretty much exactly what it's written here. The translation is pretty much accurate, whatever I had so far, and I think it's pretty clear that they don't know what's gonna come out with this. This is a field test, so it's people going outside, gathering in locations, looking to the points of the other applications they have, Ingress. This counts a lot about like public places and people gathering around, and meeting with other people. So if you try to do that in Japan, it gets very crowded, and they do have like limits on the Japanese time. Like when they do events, like let's go to this Pokemon Japan. They used to have one of these. Where's it? There is this one over here. There's this present of Pokemon. You get the shiny Ho-Ho, or you get this guys over here. Right now in Japan, you get these three if you use the Pokemon Bank. And they used to have one for 7-Eleven. So basically, you go to 7-Eleven and you stand there with your 3DS, and you connect to the Wi-Fi, a type of Wi-Fi that 7-Eleven has in Japan, and you can download a special Pokemon. In that case was Ash Pikachu and Serena's Pancham. They had that, and you have to go to 7-Eleven and connect there, and you get a couple of stamps. You do that two times, I think. I don't remember well. You do that 2 times, and you get your Pokemon code there, and you can download it anywhere. You just get the code, but you have to go to the 7-Eleven. Now, why I'm saying all this is because in Japan, when that happened, when they were doing the 7-Eleven thing, they had a limit. It was, I think, from, so they had it for like 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., as you can see in there. And they have it obviously for some specific time. So 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. If you go at 7:01, 7:05, if you just finish like school or work or whatever, and you get there at any 7-Eleven by 7:03 or whatever, the system would be down. It would not let you to get your Pokemon. It will tell you have to come here between this hour and this hour. So basically, Japan is very careful with the times that they want people to be moving around. They don't want kids trying to get these Pokemons in the middle of the night or whatever. And 7 p.m. is a very strict um, hour. But they're expecting kids to be playing with this game, so they don't want kids just going around by themselves. And although in hours that are not, they're not supposed to be out or whatever. So the Pokemon is a company that definitely takes care of their players, at least in Japan. um, so yeah, that could be an issue because I'm not sure if they're gonna do it like Ingrid. You can be playing in the middle of the night, you can go to these locations or whatever. Maybe they have like a time limit for the times that you can actually capture Pokemon or play. I know there's nighttime Pokemons, and there's like rain Pokemons. Pokemons that evolve with rain and whatever. They could do it. They could connect to some kind of like weather service and evolve your Pokemon when it's actually raining, or or if there's nighttime, you know, I'm not sure if they're gonna have like specific spots where you can evolve maybe like Eevee, or you know, when it evolves to Leafeon and stuff like that, which you need the the ice stone, or the grass rock or whatever. Maybe they're gonna have locations or whatever like that. I'm sure they're right now they're like all like crazy thinking, all the genius of Ingress, of this other company. I'm sure they're all, you know, trying to figure out how to make this happen, and what functions they're okay to put out and what functions they don't want, and you know, so they're trying to do this field test anyhow. So I'm gonna go ahead and click this button over here and show you guys what is on the other side of this. I'm sure some of you may have seen it already, and this is it. It's a very simple kind of thing over here. I already did it, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it one more time. So basically just put my email here, and then it says what smartphone are you using. You're using iPhone and Android. I'm just gonna put mine as an iPhone, and this kanjis right here, it says optional. Basically these two are optional. It says if you have an Ingress, which is the other game that this Niantic Labs creates. If you have an Ingress username, you can put it down here, and this is just for the people who has it. If you have it and it's optional, you want to put it in there. And also you can put your level. So in the other game you gain levels and whatever. So yeah, there's that option. So then if you want to receive news, and just verifying that you're not a robot, so you click there and you basically just go. And I do have an account that I just created just for the sake of maybe getting some more points with these people. Although I have an iPhone, they're not gonna like me so much. And then here is submit button. You click that, and I did it already. I've done it again. You can, seems like you can do it as many times as you want. I don't know if they have any filtering system or whatever. So basically it says here that the Koshiki field test, the public field test, the Sankatoroku, basically you applied, and it says it's done, it's confirmed, and thank you for your interest in Pokemon Go, and that's it, the end. So I don't know if I'm gonna receive an email or later on. It did said there that it was gonna be by the end of this month, and right now we're at Tuesday number 8, the 8th day of the month. So yeah, we still have weeks probably before they actually release the field test. Another thing that they say there, within the explanations of the things, is that you may be able to like purchase items. So it's a free to play a basic game, but there is items. Items will be they have it set it up, or they have planned to have it for sale stuff. So you may have to like purchase you know, Pokeballs or whatever if you want to get more, or better Pokeballs or whatever. So that is a very possible thing. But it's the same thing with all the games in most of the games in any smartphone, where you get to basic play, and if you want some extra coins or rubies or pearls or whatever, you have to like you have the option to, you know, spend real money and get some more stuff. So basically it's pretty much the same like every other game of the smartphones. You have the option to use your real money to get some more items. It says there items, probably you're talking about Pokeballs, maybe item to um, put the Pokemon to carry. I mean, obviously all these functions are still under development, so we'll see what happens. And yeah, if you guys like this video, and let me know. And if you guys want some news about, you know, the Pokemon Sun or Moon or whatever else, or if you want me to take a trip all the way to Kyoto to get this shiny shiny ho-ho, let me know. You know, Pokemon's pretty fun, especially in Japan. They have a lot of events and stuff like that. So yeah, yeah, this is Angel Malus here signing out. Let's see you later. Bye bye.